All right, everybody, we are back after that break, and I am going to get to sit down with the man, the myth, the legend known as Nate Bartone. Now, Nate is one of the hardest hitting, one of the most physical runners, tacklers, you name it, that you will ever find. Nate, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Nate Bartone, folks, this is a working on his fourth letter this year as a Dragon. You've been a starter since you've been a freshman. You've played a big role, honestly, since you were a freshman, both in the running game and on defense. What was it like to come in as that freshman, and what are some of the things that have changed now that you're a senior?
Honestly, I think like my strength and like my technique and like how to get off blocks is way better because when I was a freshman, they were just throwing me around and I was getting bullied. But now that I have that experience, I can actually use my techniques and whatnot to get off blocks. And
Yeah, and one of the things I think is a hallmark of you when you're playing football. There's never been a game where you've been on the field where I haven't been oof. At least one time when you've hit somebody. Where does that physical style of running come from? Because the smile I see now is the smile I see when you're walking to the sideline after you've ruined somebody's day.
honestly, I don't know. It's just, I go out there and I try to my 100% try to hit somebody as hard as I can. That's really
Yeah, I'll tell you what, your 100% is something else. It really, really is. So now you are part of what I call the Hydra, the three-headed monster in that backfield for this Lakeside team. You, a very talented junior in J. Anthony Williams, a very talented junior in Devin Miller. Devin Miller, a guy that you've been playing with your entire career. Jay Anthony getting added to the bunch where everybody has started to take those roles and that sort of thing. You obviously are the in between the tackles guy. Nate for three is for real. But you have to take on a blocking role and that sort of thing. Was that something you had to adjust to, or is that just something you're like, this is how I can help the team?
it's just honestly I took it as I can help the team win by if I block somebody or if I just block it, if I help block it. I like block it too. So just not running the ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you get close to that end zone, though, that's where the confidence sets in. When you can see that field goal post, there's a different Bartone. Bartone the bulldozer, Bartone the bus, whatever you want to call it. Is that what goes through your head when you're that close? And Coach Terry Henton is like, I know who's got to touch the ball.
But yeah, every time we're in the five, I'm just like, yeah, I'm getting the ball.
That's the ownership. We'll call it the Bartone zone. That's what it's going to be called on the call from now on. But you're not just an offensive guy; you're a defensive guy as well. Playing in the middle linebacker. I see a lot of times, even in the 7-on-7s, where you're seeing different coverages, calling things out. You seem to be between you and Ty Anderson. You guys are like the air traffic control out there. Do you spend a lot of time, outside of football, looking at things to learn the game even more?
Yeah. Me and Tyree, we write notes. Like we watch film, and we write notes on what the other team does, and we write down all their plays and all their formations. So we have a good understanding coming into the week. So,
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Between you and Ty, I don't know any running back that's going to want to go in the middle. I'm not doing that. It's not going to end well for you. On the defensive side, though, that's where the youth really is on this team. So, as a senior, have you taken ownership? What are some of the things that you've tried to do to make sure these kids are, I call them kids, you're a kid yourself, but these younger kids are, accountable and that they can come to you and that sort of thing?
Yeah, just a lot of communication, just always telling them what they got, like their assignment, and helping them throughout the plays. And just communication, a lot of it helps them a lot. So.
Outstanding. So what are some other things you do in the off season, whether it's sports or training, to keep yourself sharp?
I mean, weightlifting and a lot of like just jogging, running, staying in shape. So, yeah, staying in shape. I like staying in shape.
That's a big one. That's a big one. People overlook that. Staying in shape. Your best ability is your availability, and if you ain't, if you're out of it, you can't make the plays. Now, Nate, you make big plays on offense. You make big plays on defense. Which of those two do you like doing more?
I like defense, definitely.
Defense. See, I'll tell you what, that might be the first defense we've had, not on just this show, that I've had in about 3 years. The guys that want to go out there and make a big difference. What are some things this Friday that Nate Bartone has to get done to make sure you guys are successful?
He has to tackle better and just honestly stop trying to juke through the hole and just run straight through the hole.
Trust the strength, man. Trust these guys, because I'll tell you what, it's a tough day trying to hit this guy every. I don't know if you've been taken down on a first tackle in 4 years, so it's been a super fun time getting to watch you play this game, and for 4 years you've been a starter, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen this week. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. This week's Dragon Player of the Week, it's Nate the Bulldozer Bartone.
Thank you.
Not Barton.